What is going on, everyone? It's Rylan with Rylan's Amazing Photography, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be talking about the super flower blood moon. Now that's a pretty fancy name if you ask me. As you can see, actually right back here behind me on one of my laptop screens, it's basically just a really big blood moon, and it was all happening while there was a lunar eclipse, which is so cool. To start this off, it is so early in the morning when I go out to take these photos. I got up at 5 a.m., which is something that I don't do very often, so you know there's got to be something pretty good going on for me to get up at 5 in the morning. I want to talk a little bit about, but before I show you any video footage and any photos from this morning, not this morning, but from the morning that this happened, I want to talk a little bit about what the super flower blood moon is. It's a really fancy name, and I'm going to break it down for you. Let's start with the supermoon. A supermoon is a full moon that appears larger than usual. Supermoons occur because the moon's orbit around the Earth is not a perfect circle, which it's actually more of an oval, which scientists like to call an ellipse. This ovular orbit means that sometimes the moon is actually closer to us than at other times. When it is closer in its orbit, it appears to be noticeably larger and puts on one nice show. So next, what is a flower moon? The moon photos that I'm going to be showing you, it had flower moon in the name because it happened in May. Each year there are 12 full moons, one in each month. Sometimes there are 2 full moons during a single month, referred to as a blue moon. Each of those 12 full moons is given a special name based on what's going down below as it is occurring. These lunar nicknames start in January with the wolf moon, the snow moon of February, March's death or worm moon, April's pink moon, May's flower moon, June's strawberry moon, July's black moon, August's sturgeon moon, September's harvest or corn moon, October's hunter's moon, November's beaver moon, and finally December's cold moon. Many of these names are based on Native American folk wisdom, while others were probably based upon early colonists' observations. Of course, some of them make more sense than others. Where I live, the flowers start blooming much earlier in the year than May. But it really depends on where you live, and obviously scientists can't do this exactly. Finally, I want to talk about what a blood moon is. It sounds a bit creepy actually, but it was nothing to be frightened about. There was a lunar eclipse on Wednesday night, which was the night that I took these photos. The eclipse was best viewed from the western states and on the Pacific Islands. Where I live in Kentucky, we didn't get to see the full shadow, but the moon was oculated enough to give it an orange tinge, which is known as a blood moon. So all of that is pretty cool, honestly, if you ask me. And you might recognize some of the stuff that I was saying. It was from a really nice article that was written about my photos that was actually published in a local newspaper. So I really do appreciate that. If you're local in Kentucky, you might have seen this article. That was very nice and thoughtful of them to do that. So now I want to take some time to share with you some of the photos and some of the video footage that you haven't already got to see. So all of those photos were pretty awesome, if I'm being honest. I try to be humble, but I was really pleased and excited about those photos that I was able to capture on Wednesday. It was just absolutely stunning. It was so beautiful. I remember in 2019 when I first got into photography that there was actually a full lunar eclipse that was visible from where I live, but I didn't have any of the lenses that I have now that can just make me be able to enhance that, and I didn't have the photography knowledge, which is really the main thing that you need to be able to capture a photo of the eclipse. I didn't have that knowledge that I have now, so I was really fortunate to be able to capture this moon in this type of with this look. I mean, super flower blood moon, that is certainly one heck of a name. So my favorite photo out of the batch was this photo that's on your screens right now. I had a bunch of really cool photos that, if you follow me on social media, you have probably already seen some of them. Over on Facebook, I shared every single one. You can also find every single one, or nearly every single one, on an Instagram reel that I did over on my Instagram page, and you can also see my favorite shot of it on my Instagram page as well. If you don't follow me on any of those platforms, all of those are down below in the description if you're interested in checking me out on some of those. So what I want to know is, did you get to take photos of the super flower blood moon? It's really tongue-tying to say a lot of that. I also want to give a huge shout out to everyone who supported the photos and shared them on social media. I got so much love from everyone enjoying those photos, including local newspaper. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the kind article that you wrote with it if you see this. So I want to thank each and every one of you all so much for watching today's video. That is absolutely all I have, and I hope you all have an amazing day.